Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Randvi, what is this?
Another dispute, I'm afraid, with Holger stirring the pot once again. Will you sit in judgment?
Judgments are the burden of a Jarl. This is Sigurd's duty now.
He refuses to leave his quarters. Right now, you are the only noble fit for this.
I don't know. It is not my place.
Please. Only until Sigurd recovers his strength.
All right. Once more. Gudrun, Holger, come forward. You'll state your cases and I'll hear you out and be as swift in my judgment as I am able. Holger, what say you in your defense?
Short days ago, I found a pile of mildew-stained detritus beneath the docks, and salvaged what I could. I wish to use it as a canvas, you see? As a conveyance for my latest works. The sailcloth was in such a state, and so obscured from view, I assumed it was refuse, abandoned goods.
I see.
My motives were honest, Eivor. Would a thief be so brazen as to display the fruits of his crime? Hardly. Yet here she claims I have robbed and defaced her property, when all I took was rubbish left by to rot.
Nonsense.
My only crime here is that I gave something ugly and decrepit a bold new life.
I see. So you feel Gudrun disposed of something, and now unreasonably seeks its return.
Exactly, yes.
Gudrun, you may speak.
I have been robbed, Eivor. My property defaced. 3 days ago, I discovered some of my sailcloth missing. I scoured the settlement in search of it. Passing Holger's home, there I see it. Boldly displayed and worse, defaced, with scrolls and silly stories upon it.
Lies and slander!
Holger, quiet. You're well acquainted with the rules of this trial. Now, Gudrun, what did you do upon discovering your sailcloth?
I confronted him, demanding silver. For sil with Holger's inky scratching cannot be sold or bartered, can it? I ask only that I be paid for the property that was taken from me, yet he refuses.
So Holger took something that belonged to you and defaced it. Now you wish to be paid for the item. Do I understand?
That is right.
All right, I have heard enough.
I might have profited from that cloth. Holger has all but robbed me of a future boon.
It was garbage. Yet now it's a part of something greater. If anything, I have increased its value. You ought to thank me.
Oh, I will thank you with the back of my...
Quiet. Let me speak. After careful thought, it is clear that...
What is this? What are you doing?
Holger and Gudrun are at odds. I hope to find a resolution.
That duty is mine alone, Eivor. You know this. Stand aside.
You were not here, brother. Nor did I wish to bother you.
A sallow excuse for such a bold defiance. I hope you enjoyed it. Are you finished singing, my dear Skald?
My Jarl, as I was saying,
Stop! Enough! I have heard more than enough to render my judgment. For as long as I've known you, Holger, you have spun words into lies. You weaken the minds of children, and delude the minds of men. I've shown you too many years of tolerance. And rather than exist in grateful meekness as Holger the liar, you sink lower. You become Holger the thief, robbing a woman of her livelihood, all in the name of your stupid stories.
Sigurd, Jarl, no, that is not the...
This is the consequence of your actions. You will pay Gudrun the value of 30 sailcloths.
30 times? Surely you jest. That would ruin me, Sigurd.
Do I look like one to play pranks, Holger? Pay the fee, or be exiled.
Great, Jarl, if I may. I seek only compensation for a single sailcloth. The rest is...
30 times! In silver! That is my judgment.
Eivor, please. Does this not seem unfair?
Sigurd is our Jarl. His word is law, whether or not you agree.
You see?
Of course, my all. As it must be. Forgive my defiance.
Thank you, Lord, for hearing us out.
See to it that judgment is carried out exactly as I have said. Should the need arise again, do not fail to rouse me.
Thank you, Holger. And please, do not let this blunt our friendship. It is not mean for this to escalate.
Oh, I understand. You were well within your rights.
Good to see you. I want to thank you for your judgment, Eivor. For stepping in when Sigurd would not, in spite of what happened. Poor man. I've never known him to be so angry and reckless. Is that a side you have seen? Rarely. There have been moments when he was distressed, worried, afraid. But nothing like this. Never, ever like this. Let us do our best for him, as we take care of our own. We are his best hope for healing. If it is not too late. In the meantime, we press on. I entered Jorvikshire to meet Halfdan Jarl, and I left a friend of Halfdan the king. We have an oath at last. Good. Very good.
W kolejnym odcinku naszego asasyna, moi drodzy, kontynuujemy dalej kobiecą Eivor. Idziemy teraz pogadać może o tych, kurczę, templariuszach.
I want to see the Alliance map.
Kurczę, widzę, że tutaj mało co tutaj jest do roboty właściwie. Tylko to mamy. To, a właśnie, który to był ten asasyn, to ja nie wiem. Tu chyba Winstar, co?
What transpires in Gloucestershire? You may have noticed that Gunnar has disappeared from his forge. He has traveled to Gloucestershire in search of a wife. A wife? He is in love. When did this happen? When doesn't this happen with our dear lovelorn blacksmith? But there is a bright side. He has asked you to join him. Join his search for a wife? And see that he does not make a fool of himself. I believe he thinks that your presence would bolster his image.
No to fajne, ale jak sobie asasyna, kurczę, tutaj zrobić. Tutaj to chyba to jest.
I have received a unique summons from Nottinghamshire in the north. From your old friend, Vili. Vili? A name I have not heard in 10 winters or more. How is he? Well, it seems. Vili asked that you join him in feast and celebration, in honor of his father, Hemming. I welcome. It is worth... Hytham received a message from Winchester, from someone calling himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ. Your hidden ally. Very interesting. More targets, I assume. Yes. So what do you think? Could it be a trap? As a West Saxon stronghold, Winchester will be a rather unwelcome place for you. But that is nothing you cannot handle. If you go, do not go boldly.
Oczywiście, że tam idziemy. Staranie o sojusz, jakie staranie.
The letter asked me to meet a man in white at a house of God, and then recite this phrase. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly cometh wisdom. A passage from their holy book, I believe. Interesting. Go with care.
No dobra, w takim razie musimy znaleźć tego człowieka w bieli. No niestety, nic to nam bardzo nie dało. Ale tutaj parę kluczy jest. No i to jest ten dom Boży, nie? W sumie. I nawet nie w sumie tylko tak, ale dobrze, że to jest, bo już się bałem, że tutaj zginiemy.
They built him a rich dwelling.
The Lord takes the best of us to sit beside him.
On wszedł tutaj odprawia, a to idę do zakrystii i nie zwraca uwagi nawet.
And God's servant, the Bishop Aelfirth, was mighty indeed in defense of...
A Dane treads the cobbles of God's house, in search of Christ's redemption, I hope.
Your Christ can wait his turn. It's you I've come to see.
Is that so?
When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly cometh wisdom. You know these words, and you know why I speak them.
I do, but I am not yet satisfied that you are the one for the task ahead. As Jesus said unto Thomas, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Speak the deeds of Christ in order. Only then will you cometh unto my Lord.
If I must dance to your tune, tell me where to step.
In books one may find such wisdom. We had many in England, before the Danes burned our churches. A few yet remain nearby. Or perhaps a more pious soul in need of charity will reward you with a lesson.
I have nothing for you now, but I will return.
Fuck.
Even the mighty fall. And God's servant, the Bishop Aelfirth, was mighty indeed in defense of his God. He was a man of surpassing vigor, well versed in the Bible, quick of wit, oxen strong, meek as a lamb.
He bathed in the river, so a gentle wash brings them closer to their God. He rose from the dead. A nice trick, and not easily done.
I give praise to such a man, to keepsake his name.
Their God brings them light, just as Baldur does. Light as bright as the summer sun.
Speak the deeds of Christ in order.
On the mountain his face shone like the sun, and he became light.
His transfiguration.
God breathed on the water, and in the Jordan River he was cleansed of all sin.
His baptism.
Curse you, cloth peg. Let me start again.
God has infinite patience.
Nie czekaj, kurczę. To tak.
God breathed on the water, and in the Jordan River he was cleansed of all sin.
His baptism.
The women came with offerings, but they could not find him when they looked among the dead.
His resurrection.
On the mountain his face shone like the sun, and he became light.
His transfiguration. Thou art weighed in the balances, and found wanting. Perhaps you should try again. Speak his story, in order.
God breathed.
His
On the mountain his face shone like the sun, and he became light.
His transfiguration.
The women came with offerings, but they could not find him when they looked among the dead.
His resurrection. And Jesus said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness. Well spoken.
Are the riddles done?
That is not for me to decide, for I am not the one who summoned you. If you follow, I will lead you to him.
Znaczy to nie jest sąd nawet, no spoko.
I solved your riddle, and all I get is silence. Who am I to meet?
Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise.
Yet men become wise by speaking with other men. They grow foolish when keeping to silence.
Hush. Your prattling offends God's ears.
We're here.
May Christ, whose terror scares away the foul thrones, make with me a strong covenant. Was God's lesson instructive?
I learned that your god fears death just as mine do. Just as every man does.
Yet through our Lord, we may achieve life everlasting in his glorious presence. Perhaps you missed that detail.
Do all the priests in Winchester have this same skill for drama? You risk your life, Alfred King.
I have invited you here to speak on equal terms. Do the Dane laws of hospitality not apply in Wessex?
You gifted my Jarl to that whelp from the Order of Ancients, the warrior Fulke.
Fulke was an enemy of Wessex. But it seems someone has already removed her threat from my lands.
If you did not hear it was me, you have now.
Impressive. The Order of Ancients has surely been crippled by her loss.
How much do you know of this order?
Only this and little more. This letter, signed by one who calls himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ, warns of a plot against my life.
The gallows, the quill, the Sikhs, free men eager to kill you.
2 now. The Bishop Aelfirth is dead. He was the Sikhs, so far as I can tell.
And a humble servant of your god. That must sting.
Still, his death has strengthened Christian fellowship in Winchester. I pray the deaths of his colleagues will do the same.
I should let the Order kill you. It would speed our conquest of England.
You may remove the organs of state. The cancer will remain.
Then promise me a reward I can sing about. A healthy king's weight in silver.
Very well. As much as you can carry. This morning my reeve, Goodwin, was not at his post.
A man you trust?
Goodwin was following the clues given in this letter when he disappeared.
Where was he last seen?
At his house, by the west gate. You may find something there. Eivor, compose yourself while you are my guest. My city is not a battlefield.
Not yet, great king. But the day will come.
No właśnie, jeszcze taki dzień nadejdzie. Wow. Notatki, spoko. Coś tam zakon. Coś się aktualniło? Nie, na razie.
Alfred's trinket or I'll piddle in your pond. By God's hairy balls, you are a thief and a swindler! Give
Winchester mourns a good bishop, and a strong.
You seem agitated.
What gave it away? The fact that I had to debase myself pissing in this swindler's pond, or the angry shouting?
This man has something of yours?
And here's another godsend to shit in my stew pot. Sod off unless you are going to magic Alfred's jewel out your arse.
If the jewel belongs to Alfred, it might be worth a pretty penny.
Jewel, you damn scoundrel! We have already paid for it! By God's hairy balls, you are a thief and a swindler! Give me the jewel, Alfred Commission! I'll wear your guts!
Oi! Get out of it, you!
Alfred's jewel, you damn scoundrel!
What are you doing in here?
I am not your enemy, yet. But that man outside certainly wants Alfred's jewel.
Oh, Jesus wept upon the holy cross. Fuck off the both of you. Alfred will get the jewel when I get what I'm owed.
Peace, or you'll feel my blade in your guts.
Sorry, my beef is not with you. I only ask for what coin is fair. It cost me double to make over what was agreed. I have a wife to feed.
If the trinket is for Alfred, I think I'll just take it.
Lord have mercy on me! Enough of this! The gods will deal with you! You shouldn't have given me the jewel as agreed! I'll break into your house and piss on your wife! I'll take that! I'm not taking this lying down! I can tell you that's the price of a war!
I have your jewel.
Well, I didn't ask for your help, but I am glad of it. Alfred commissioned this rare thing.
How rare?
Filigreed gold, centered with a rock crystal and enamel plaque, a miniature of our most beatific Lord, Jesus Christ. And you're going to just keep it, aren't you?
I am.
And I have to tell the king I let a Dane steal his gift to his wife.
You do. And also this. Every treasure he has, I'll take. Every poet who writes him into song will sing threefold of me. Because we are Vikinger, and this green and pleasant land will be ours.
Bollocks.
Return the treasure, and we will forget we met!
Stop following me, or the jewel will not be the only thing you lose today.
Hold surrenders from the cross. All right, take it.
Ale się udało, kurczę, błyskotkę taką dobrą zdobyć, a to było tylko poboczne, więc idziemy teraz do głównego oczywiście. Jasne, jasne.
Goodwin gone, and guards sniffing around. So where would they have taken him? Papers thrown on the fire. Goodwin covering his tracks, or the guards destroying evidence. Someone disagrees with Alfred educating the people of Winchester. Broken bowls, food scattered. They took him by force. There must be a garrison in the city. A violent struggle with the guards. They must have taken him to Winchester's garrison.
Dobra, musimy się do tej fortecy dostać. Bo tam zabrali Godwina najpewniej. Tylko, kurczę. Musimy teraz znaleźć jakieś wejście, żebyśmy się dało wejść. Gdzie to jest brama w sumie? Tutaj zawsze oni są umurowani dobrze, ale bramy najgorzej, najciężej właśnie znaleźć. A najwyżej dookoła przejdziemy, nie? To będzie chyba dobry pomysł. Gdzieś musi być brama ta cholerna właśnie. O, jest coś. Chyba to jest to, bo tutaj widzę płot. No właśnie, ale drzwi są zamknięte, no niestety. Więc musimy chyba przejść tędy.
The Lord will see us prevail! Hold out much longer.
No i właśnie, teraz o właśnie tam gdzieś jest nasz kluczyk. O właśnie, więc no, pójdźmy do niego. Mogłem, kurczę. Mogłem
What do you see?
ogłuszyć, a to jest tutaj. Tutaj do tego jest potrzebny kluczyk, nie? A nie. To tutaj gdzieś jest ten kluczyk. W takim razie. O właśnie. I teraz będziemy mogli wejść. Na luzie. Ja myślę, że tutaj, że jeszcze coś tutaj jest dodatkowe. I żeby tutaj wejść, to trzeba klucz. A to jednak nie. Przy okazji to obrabujemy, bo tutaj pewnie jakieś składniki przydadzą się. A nie, tylko spodnie mentora, czyli ten set mentora dalej. Którego absolutnie nie zamierzam tutaj nosić, bo mam set Tora, ale to niech będzie. Może to pokażę, no jeden odcinek można by założyć kiedyś. Właśnie. Taki, no, asasyna właśnie. Kostium można powiedzieć, nie? I dobieramy się teraz do tych drzwi. I okej,
Thick
jest.
walls and thicker guards.
Gonna feed the worms! Too slow!
Thick walls and thicker guards. A place to keep a valuable man. Reeve Selwyn ordered executions for petty theft and mudslinging. A husband and wife to be carried out soon.
No i dobra, mamy go.
These are strange times.
King Alfred sent me, pleading from his bended knee to find someone.
I know Alfred well enough to spot a bloody lie when I hear it. If he did send you, he was standing tall and proud.
That he was, and you are the man I've come to find, Goodwin. Do you know why?
If I had one guess, to find these heretics from the Order of Ancients and bury them so deep, even God would need a shovel.
So where do we start digging?
My research should help us. If they haven't burned it already, it'll be somewhere nearby.
I will find your research. Now go before they find their wolf has fled his cage.
No i właśnie. I
Let's regroup beyond the
o to
walls.
chodziło. Ale tutaj gdzieś jeszcze na górze jest właśnie ta księga, żeby nową umiejętność zdobyć, więc oczywiście ją sobie tutaj zdobędziemy jak najbardziej. To mnie oczywiście kręci. Zobaczę to. A właśnie, tutaj widzę tych zapakartowanych drzwiach, to miałoby sens w sumie.
Pray for your sins!
Co tyle drogi na marny przeszedłem właściwie. No i w ten sposób trzeba to tak wziąć. Okej, mamy...
Goodwin's
Nawet.
research against the Order of Ancients.
No proszę. Czyli tutaj mieliśmy się w ogóle udać. Nieźle. Czyli każdy w sumie chyba wziął ten umiejętność. Zdały to nie jest ta fajna. To miałem ją, nie? Wcale z niej nie używałem. To jest ulepszona, dalej nie będę z niej używał, ale niech będzie. Dobrze, że jest. I bang. Co teraz? Pomóc Goodwinem. I oczywiście z nim pomówisz, trzeba gdzieś dymać daleko, nie? Mimo, że tutaj był on przed chwilą.
I am grateful for your help.
It's a brazen move to arrest Alfred's favored reeve.
This so-called order are nothing but deviled shit peddlers.
Shit peddlers who have wormed their way into every crevasse of your country. They're dangerous.
I didn't catch your name, did I?
Eivor of the Raven Clan. Scourge of Mercia, if that name doesn't rattle some recognition.
Well, Eivor, when our three heretics smolder on a heap of ash, we'll down a cup of ale together and share our distaste of Mercians like old friends.
Alfred believes at least one is dead. Your Bishop Aelfirth was the Sikhs.
Bugger. Half of Winchester is in mourning for that nun-groper.
I found this nailed on a door. The quill wields words like a knife.
A disputation of tutelage. Pretty chatter with poisoned intent. I will look into this more.
The gallows? What do you know of him?
Must be another Reeve, I'm sure of it. Only we have the power to mete out justice, and this one would walk with cocksure righteousness.
The gallows had you arrested, so he must command the law.
Reeve Selwyn? Of course! That hedge pig has brought down laws like a hammer on Winchester, executing sinners on spurious charges in the square.
Could it be another?
He's the man. He's the only one who fits. End his terror, Eivor.
The Lord works in mysterious ways. taking his servant in so terrible a fire.
No właśnie, na targowisko i mamy styryczka, kurczę, to załatwić.
Someone has hanged men for better.
Templariusze. Ja będę na nich templariusze mówił. W sumie mówię cały czas, bo to jedno i to samo cały czas.
Good people of Winchester, open your eyes. See how Alfred's lofty ideals are weighed down in this mire of human effluence. These prisoners before you do not live by Alfred's laws. They live above them. They wallow in shit, only guided by their own perversity. Hubert here, his wits addled by ale, spoke false of Bishop Aelfirth, our pious servant of Winchester, who even now lies cold in his grave shroud.
Aelfirth was no man of God. He'll burn for his sins.
Your wife is a baying shrew, Hubert. Is there a man here who has not supped rancid mead from her cup?
When will your work be done, Selwyn? When all of Winchester falls to your justice?
Winchester has passed judgment, Hubert. May God have mercy on your cankerous soul.
I co? Ale kobietę uratujemy chociaż, myślę, co? No właśnie. Niestety nie udało mi się tego zrobić z ukrycia. No możemy też tak to zrobić. Jeszcze raz. A to odrzuca też cywilów, no nieźle.
The degenerates must be punished. You are the enemy of Winchester.
Ten kurczę walczy tymi sztyletami, nieźle. Aj. Gardło, dobrze. No i nie, czekaj, co ty robisz? A to nie tego poniosłeś, frajerze, co ty robisz? I dobijmy go.
Perverter of justice. Who dares execute the king's noose?
It is not in Alfred's name that you carry out your work. You are the Order's executioner.
You peer through the veil But you do not see clearly. Aelfred's laws are a slave's fever dream. He offers shit-soaked beggars a seat at his table, where the meek devour the strong. Who best to judge the fate of the wretched many, if not the strong and worthy few? To protect your people, you must sheathe your hand in an iron glove.
You grind your heels into the backs of freed men, not those who deserve it.
The Order condemns all men to pain. For all men are but a shadow of the perfection we should know. The perfection of the Ancient Ones.
You are only a man, Reeve. One dead branch on a fast-dying tree. I should meet with Goodwin, see what he has found on the quill. Aid me. Be my eyes. Cast about this land, my friend.
Heaven will swallow the smoke of Aelfred's.
A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Does Magister Batter not teach you the scriptures?
Magister Batter is a horse's dangles.
And here is the axe I used to swat a fly.
You have ventured from your burrow.
And you have plunged my city into chaos. I had hoped you would use the lessons of your subtler gods.
We have no subtle gods.
If the gallows is truly dead, perhaps we can allow cautious revelry?
It may be I should take my Dane guild now. Leave you to the snakes that remain.
Forgive my outburst. God sowed in me a passion, but English prose is an instrument long out of tune.
We all want better for our people, don't we, Eivor? Yours and ours.
The quill remains. What do we know?
The decay of learning has been gentle in Wessex. We enjoy the office of wise men, but we have neglected the study of wisdom.
The quill preys on this lapse.
Did you discover more from the writings I found?
I did. The quill is calling the children of Winchester to arms. Now we know why so many children scurry through the streets. Feral and untutored.
I can talk to some, see where they lead me.
Good. Find me at the alehouse when you're done. And try not to scare the piss from any of them.
We Norse are the monsters of your Saxon mother's bedtime tales. I promise nothing. I see you, child. Come.
The bad Reeve, Selwyn. I saw you punish him in the square.
He hurt many people.
Yes. He hurt my mother to death. Then took her good luck charm. Perhaps you found it? A little carved tree. It is all I have to remember her by.
I found no charm, lucky or otherwise.
A bit of silver then? For my troubles?
It wouldn't have the same value, would it?
You ugly Dane! May God curse you with boils on your face!
Ha ha ha.
Spry little mouse, will you lead me to your quill?
No właśnie, a śledź dziewczynkę, widzicie? Widziałem, żeby jej tutaj nie płacić bardzo. Widzicie? Ja miałem rację, to był dobry wybór. Proszę mi tutaj nie oczernić, że zły. What the fuck? Nie, ona chyba zauważyliśmy, że... What? Chyba, że zauważyła i zaczęła się bagować? Nie wiem.
You there, little cut purse.
Keep your beak out, nosy! I'm starving! Get off me, you oaf!
Stop struggling.
Stealing apples, eh?
Fruit don't feed a grown boy. Do you have any chicken?
I don't, but maybe you can tell me what you know of the quill.
The quill? God blimey, you're brave. Find Alwyn and Wigbert. They see everything.
What is that boy doing all the way up there?
He's so brave. Like a young King Alfred. He'll crack his head like a fresh hen's egg. He's going to fall! Oh, my days, I can't look! I will show her I love her. He's so brave. Like a young King Alfred. He'll crack his head like a fresh hen's egg. Oh, saints alive! Did you see that? God sent Essobert an angel! Is it over? Did he fall? Oh, God's buttered crumpets! I never told him I loved him! That stranger got it for him! Oi! That's cheating!
Godspeed! You'll set Winchester ablaze!
Roly-poly mutton man, you can't catch me!
Oh, God help me. I'd rather be shoveling dung in Malvern again.
No, trzeba będzie z nimi porozmawiać. A tutaj jeszcze chyba mam jakąś interakcję, bo zerwaliśmy ten kwiatek cały.
You would have done it yourself. Risked life and limb. But great men know the value of a champion. What will you do with such a treasure?
It's for her. It's all for her. So she'll finally notice me.
Athelflaed, what do you say to the sweet boy?
Thank you for the flower. It is very beautiful. Now we are betrothed, and I will grow up to be a great king. And you will be my fair lady.
What say you, daughter? Do you think him a worthy suitor? He risked so much to declare his love. I will tell my husband the king you claim our daughter's hand. When you are a little older, of course. Come, dearest.
Noah's holy kettle! You actually gave a flower to the princess! And now we are betrothed. Takes more than that. There's holding hands and grunting, and then sometimes praying. Oh God! Oh God! King Essobert I, the Flea of Winchester. All hail the Lord of the Saxons! Essobert the Flea!